Who? Who? No, who? Who? Yo, I have no reason to be owl maxing right now. Why am I why am I acting like I'm a owl, bro? Like, what is going on, bro? Who is this? Chat, listen, bro. And I see the comments. Some of them are celebrating this. Yeah, man, he's just a fun fighter, bro. He's entertaining. This guy's a nobody. He's a 12-4 PFL reject. And we're putting him in a number one contender spot against Movsar Evloev. Now, what is this? Aaron Pico, I don't care about you. Yo, the UFC does not like Movsar Evloev. They don't. And I know they don't. First of all, you give the guy a title shot who got destroyed by Movsar. Diego Lopez is fighting Volkanovski next week. Right? The guy who got destroyed by Movsar. Movsar also beat Aljamain Sterling, which is better than any win Diego Lopez has, period. Alright? That's a fact. And he's not in the title picture. Instead, they're going to be like, you know what? We're going to keep you busy. Not against a decently ranked featherweight right now in the UFC. We're going to give you a debutant, a UFC debutant who's 12-4. But he has fun fights, dude. So it's cowabunga, man. Dude, this is disgusting. The hatred that they have for Movsar Evloev is kind of gross now. It's just, I can't believe this is real. Like, this is real. This is real. This is real. Who is this? Oh my, yo, when I saw this news, I had to like triple check sources and I found out this was actually happening. This Aaron Pico nobody is booked against Movsar Evloev for literally a number one contender spot. Movsar was, first of all, Diego Lopez is not deserving for this vacant title opportunity. It's supposed to be Movsar. Like, and instead of giving Movsar, like, even, I don't know, I don't even care if Movsar were to wait for the winner. I don't care what was going to happen. You know, Volkanovski and Lopez both made it clear that no matter who wins, they're going to give Movsar the next shot because why? He deserves it. But the UFC's going to throw this at him. And is this a bone? Probably. Movsar's going to go in there and maul this bum. He's going to maul this guy. It's going to be easy. I'm not really worried about him losing. But I'm just like, where's the respect at? Where's the respect at, man? Look at this killer. It's absolute killer, bro. He's 13-4, dude. He's a marauder, bro. He's a marauder, man. Beating all these, Henry Corrales is his last win, bro. This guy's not even good. Look at his record. Like, look at who these guys are, bro. Oh, my goodness. This is the guy actually booked against Movsar Evloev, bro. It's so weird of the UFC to do this. Now, I don't know what the UFC personally has against Movsar Evloev. I know Movsar probably wants to stay busy, you know, but where's Ortega? Like, where's these other fights? Where's Ortega? I swear him and Ortega were like, he was trying to push for the Ortega fight. Instead, the UFC is going to give him a debutant. All right, so yes, this is disrespectful to Movsar. But not only is it disrespectful to Movsar, like, why, who's Aaron Pico to deserve this privilege? Because if he somehow flukes a win, yeah, man, just knock out one punch. If he does that, he's gonna literally be next up for the title. Like, that's literally what's happening. And who is this 28-year-old to be this privileged? Who are you? I don't care if your fight style is fun. You beaten no notable names. You have 4 losses on your resume. Going against an undefeated prospect like Movsar Evloev, who's supposed to be fighting for the title next week. Who is this guy, bro? This is disgusting. The Dana White, I don't know what they think when they set up matchmakings like that. I don't know what goes through their head. You know, I feel like Ascuro was something very similar to this, but he got sent straight to the title. But at least Ascuro was like a champion of some sort with some like great defenses and had some longevity. Who is this guy? What champion has he haven't even fought for a title in his? What's going on? Wait, what's actually going on right now? You know, even like the Pitbull Yair is kind of like a push, but we know Pitbull has held both before. You know, these guys are like, I understand people from a promotion getting put in like number one contender situations. I'm not saying Yair and Pitbull for the number one spot, but you know that puts them them really close to that spot. You know what I'm saying? But this guy never held a belt in a professional atmosphere ever in his life. Regional belts aren't nothing. I'm sure he had a regional belt in his life. Kickboxing amateur champion. I don't give a shit about none of that. Bro, who is this? This guy's not a real bad man, bro. This guy has never hustled with the stars. I had to tussle with the law. He never shook his homie hands after they punched him with a jaw. Pico is nothing but a fraud. He's a fraud. Like, look, I'll be real. I didn't even know who he was. I could be casual maxing. I only watch UFC. I kind of make it, I don't only watch UFC, but I only watch UFC unless there's notable names I look out for. Then I'll watch PFL. Then I'll watch, Bellator, One Championship. This guy was not on my radar. Like, you do nothing great. I literally know nothing about him except for, like, he's an exciting fighter. I know that. Like, I probably hear some rumbles about him here and there. Like, I've seen some highlights from him. But how does that warrant you a fight against Movsar Evloev, who's coming off dominant victories over Lopez and Aljamain Sterling? You know, it wasn't dominant Aljo, but Aljo's a top-tier competitor. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather see an Aljamain Sterling rematch. Why couldn't we remake that fight? Even Aljo was pushing for the rematch. You know? Maybe Movsar would be less likely. Like, probably doesn't want to go through that again because it's very competitive. But they're getting this guy, Aaron Pico, instead. Like, it's just disgusting. And I like, if you look, I was looking at some of the comments, and like, some people are like saying the truth, like, bro, why does he get to jump everyone, which is true? But then you look at some of the replies, being upset about this is absolute madness. This guy is incredible. This fight's gonna be incredible. What a nerd. This guy Blake is such a nerd, bro. Being upset about this fight is absolutely madness. This is incredible. And in other words, he's saying, this guy's a fun fighter, bro. All that matters is the fight's fun, so we're gonna have a good time. Shut your no hairline. I know you have no hairline. I can just tell you have no aesthetic and no hairline and no aura, bro. Just stop speaking. People like him shouldn't have an opinion on the sport. Disgusting, man. You know? I'm actually like, the more I look at the picture, I feel like it gets me more like mad in my head. So I really don't want to keep looking at it. But my thing is like, I don't know why the UFC is kind of trying to keep away Movsar for the title. It seems that way, or like it seems like they don't really want him in the title picture. Because even if Movsar does beat this Pico guy very comfortably, you know, I feel like say that this is a perfect example because I can see something like this happening. Say Yair or Pitbull put a great performance on one of the other guy. They're gonna rate that win. Say like Pitbull destroys Yair, which I think is a possibility. Say that happens, and then say Movsar destroys Pico. People are gonna start playing that game. Well, they both destroyed your opponents, but to my calculations, Yair is better than Aaron Pico. You see what I'm trying to go with this? I really just feel like this is the UFC's ploy to like keep Movsar kind of away from the title, because it just does. There's literally no, like, I could go through the UFC featherweight rankings. Matter of fact, we're gonna do that right now. We're gonna go through the UFC featherweight rankings just so I can show you guys how much other options there could have been than this no hairline having guy. Exhibit A, bro. Bro said Exhibit A. Let's start here. First of all, Volkanovski's already fighting Lopez, right? Who's open right now? We got Ortega, who just, I think, came off a loss to Yair or something, right? Not Yair. He coming off a loss against Lopez. Yeah, Lopez. I don't know what's that Yair. We have Arnold Allen even in the fray. You know what I'm saying? We have Aljamain Sterling rematch. You know, there's so many other fights that could have been more likely than that, but instead we're getting this guy. 13-4 Aaron Pico from PFL. And I heard he has no hairline. I don't hair. I just see it right there with Vegeta Peak, bro. I'm not jacking this, bro. And you can't convince me to jack something like this, bro. I can never jack it. So don't even try to say, yo, can you jack this fight? No, I don't, bro. Dude, oh my God. Like, what? Like, I feel like some things like this just warrant rants. Like, I need a rant about this so it can stop being normalized. Like, honestly, the Skura Pantoja fight, it was the most undeserved title shot probably in UFC history. Like, we could say that. But he was at least a champion in a big promotion. Brother, who this guy? Brother, tell me some accolades. Start listing out some things he did impressively. Tell me his most notable win. What's his most notable? Dude, you're forgetting, Ken. You're such a casual. He beat James Goncalves, dude, by UD. No one beats James Goncalves. This guy's 11-8. His best win is 11-8 with a bunch of L's on his resume. Dude, I'm done, dude. I can't. Like, I can't believe this privilege is this little no hit. Look at him, bro. I'll lump him up myself. I'll do it myself. I can't believe it, dude. This is disgusting, man. Oh, bro, I can't be asked. You know, I actually can't be bothered. I'll lump him up myself, bro. This 28-year-old getting a shot at Movsar Evloev just for the shits and gigs, bro. Just because his whole life is roses and bubbles, bro. He's getting fed on a silver spoon, bro. This is quicker than Alex Pereira fast track, because literally Alex had 3 fights in a title fight. I guarantee if he beats Movsar, here, brother, title fight. He's not gonna beat Movsar. He's going to get held down in booty, right, buddy? He's going to get held down and destroyed. Let me just say that. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like giving him the opportunity is just gross. Like, one, it makes the UFC look worse for giving a nobody an opportunity. And two, it makes it blatant that the UFC hates Movsar Evloev because they're booking him against an unranked nobody whose best win is 11-8. Whose best win in his career is against 11-8 opponent. This is like crazy. I don't know what you can make odds for this fight that are legal. Like, can you even make odds that are minus 10,000? You know what I'm saying? Dang, like, bro, I can't. And what gets me more mad about fights like this, I can't make a dime off this. Like, I can't make a dime because we all know who's gonna win. You know, we all know who's gonna win, and it's just like, oh, bro, it's like it's a waste of time. Like, I swear, they need to cancel this fight and they need to book Movsar Ortega. You know, something different for May 17th. No, something different, bro. On a UFC fight night, bro, I can't be asked. I can't breathe. Boom. I actually can't be bothered right now. Stuff like this is just I hate to see it from the UFC. It makes UFC look worse as a company, honestly. Like the UFC might think they're doing the right thing. Yeah, man, let's bring this a PFL guy in, bro, and let's give him a #1 contender fight. People are gonna love it, brother. Who's gonna love this, bro? Only the people only the people who just hate Movsar and want to keep him away from the title. They're probably saying yippee, bro. No one knows Aaron Pico. No one knows his middle name. No one knows his siblings. No one knows nothing about him. All the thing we really know about him is that he has some fun fights. He's exciting. He's not even Michael Chandler maxing, because at least Chandler was beating some notable names before he came in the UFC and got given like the Gaethjes and the Dustins and the Charles. You know what I'm saying? You know, and the Fergusons. He had a name. That's why he got that privilege. You know, privilege is earned usually. For the most part, privilege is earned. Even the people who are the most privileged UFC career, Alex Pereira, he earned it because he beat some people on the way up. It might have not been like the best people, but once he beat Strickland, they gave him the fast track ticket. You know what I'm saying? At least he beat somebody. You know, even like the privileged people like Michael Chandler, he did his work in Bellator prior. You know what I'm saying? All these guys who are privileged, you know, even Sugar Sean, who's getting another title shot, at least he did something. At least he got, like, he earned the privilege by, like, robbing Jan, you know? Some people earn privileges in some BS ways. This guy has earned nothing, bro. What has he earned instead of this one-sided ass whooping he's going to get, you know? And I don't care. I mean, just, you're going to be in the comments probably like, Kenny, he's going to be one-sided. Why do you care? I just think I think it makes the UFC look worse as a company. And as a UFC enjoyer, someone who watches it, like, UFC is my life, dude. Like, half of my life. I swear, this is all I really do. I watch and I enjoy. And this stuff I'm not jacking it, dude. I can't get behind it. Because if I publicly try to get behind something like this, next thing you know, they're going to bring Joe Schmo from KSW and give him a title shot off of beating a guy who's 11-8. This guy's going against a #1 contender fight for what? Because, oh, dude, he fights fun, man. We're just going to start giving every exciting fighter a title shot, bro? What the heck is this exciting fighter title shot BS? All right, give Kevin Holland a title shot next. Give Kevin Holland a #1 contender fight. Like, I don't like that. You can't, that narrative about exciting fighters should be given. All right, so where's McKinney's title shot? Where's McKinney's #1 contender fight? Give me every exciting fight. Just give Taurus Finney. All right, see, I pushed it. Taurus Finney is the most boring. All right, but my point is, you can't just give people shots because you like their fight style. Who is this? You know, who is this? Like, I can't. I'll be real. Whatever happens in this fight, you know, I'm assuming it's the main event for this fight night. But whatever happens in this fight, I'm not really gonna care. I'm not really gonna care. Like, I'm gonna watch it because I like Movsar, but I really don't care about the result because you kind of know the result. And no matter what happens, I feel like, say if Movsar for some reason has a close fight, it just makes him look worse too. It doesn't even make this Pico guy look great. Oh, it was a great style of matchmaking. Because, like, if you look at Aaron Pico and look at what he's done, it just makes, no matter what, Movsar better beat him like how Sean Brady beat Leon, you know? Or is going to make just this whole thing look dumb. And if he doesn't beat him the way Movsar, the way Sean Brady beat Leon and just, like, has a very competitive fight, it's going to make the UFC look worse because this guy who just has a 13-4 record is very mid, came in the UFC and damn near beat a #1 contender. Like, no matter what way you slice the cake, it makes the UFC look like a pile of trash. If he runs through him, then what the hell was this matchmaking? If it was a close fight, the UFC is kind of overrated, you know? So it's just stupid matchmaking. Like I said, I hope they cancel this. I can't be asked about it. Hope there's a pullout and then someone steps up, Aljo steps up or something, you know? I feel like Movsar is also an idiot, and his management is an idiot for accepting a fight with this guy. Despicable. I'm sure, like, maybe the managers looked at the guy's highlights and like, okay, take down this striking merchant and just maul him or something like that. But bro, I don't know, bro. I really don't know what to take from this Pico fight versus Evloev, but you know, I know the result, so I guess that matters for something. But let me know if I'm the only one mad about this. I feel like I might be one of the few, but it's actually pissing me off. So just let me know how you feel about this horrible matchmaking. And that's it for me, bro. And God bless, bro. 2, 3, 4, bro. All right, dial it, brother. I don't know, bro.